The Still Small Voice by Multigen Mindset Institute. You know, I have gone in circles and circles in this life, always coming back to the same consideration. How do I hear the voice of God? And how can I tell when He is talking? We hear phrases like the still small voice or the voice of peace. We see scripture that says, follow the peace of your heart. But what does that actually mean, practically, in real life? I can think back on many moments where I moved forward without stopping to listen to that still small voice. And almost every time I ignored it, I paid for it. Most of the time, when we ignore that voice, we end up in some kind of situational calamity, followed by an internal I told you so from the part of us that already knew better. That wiser part of us, that one that already knew, was speaking. Looking back, we can usually identify that moment where we were hearing multiple voices. Instead of a calm, there was urgency. Instead of peace, there was pressure. And instead of stopping to wait for God, we moved anyways. Why? Usually because of a fear of missing out. But here's a truth worth remembering. When an obedient heart, you cannot miss what is divinely meant for you. With an obedient heart, you cannot miss what is divinely meant for you. Think back right now to a situation that went badly. Can you remember hearing two voices? One loud voice saying, go ahead, do it, and another quieter voice saying, stop, be still. Your faith-led hell yes or hell no voice is what you're listening to in those moments. Most decisions follow a pattern. You get an idea, then you consider the idea, then you wait until you get an internal yes or no, and then you make a choice. The idea, consideration, then a yes or a no choice. But for me, there's often a pause between the idea and the choice. That pause is sacred. That's where I pray. That's where I listen. And I do not choose until I feel through my entire being an absolute faith-filled hell yes. That full faith yes is where we move with God. And when we move with God, we move with power, protection, and alignment. But here's where we get confused. Sometimes we really want the thing we're praying about, and we mistake desire for faith. We confuse lust for the outcome with divine confirmation. Instead of calming the emotions, instead of detaching, we move. And when we move without alignment, we make ourselves vulnerable to unnecessary pain. When does God talk to you? We all wish God would speak through a burning bush, but most of the time God speaks through life unfolding, through chance encounters, through unexpected conversations, and through silence. When you ask for a yes and you hear nothing, that silence is the answer. God moves in peace, in calm assurance, and love. Pain comes when we move without that peace. The life unfolding around you right now is God talking. You are the one who tunes in. The voice of fear sounds like this. You're going to miss out. It's now or never. What's the worst that could happen? Be a man. Go after what you want. These are not the voice of God. Fear never leads to peace. Fear-based choices lead to fear-based consequences. God does not urge you through anxiety. The fear of the Lord isn't terror, it's reverence. It's the fear of disconnecting from His guidance. I fear ignoring that still small voice, but I walk confidently toward the vision God places in my heart. There is a difference. Grace and forgiveness. There are no wrong choices, only lessons. When you label a past decision as bad, you label yourself as bad. God has already forgiven you, so release the judgment. You are not on a final journey. You are on an eternal one. Every experience is shaping you, strengthening you, and all things work together for your good. When the student is ready, your teacher will appear, and sometimes teacher is the mistake itself. God speaks through life itself because God is life. If you would have listened to my commandments, your peace would have been like a flowing river, and your righteousness like the waves of the sea. Such a beautiful message from 1 Nephi 2018 in the Book of Mormon. May you come closer and closer every day, that still, small, wise voice. Written and read by Joshua G. Crampton, Multigen Mindset Institute.